Hi there. Welcome back to the Producer Joe Show. How are you guys doing? I really appreciate you joining me here. Boy, having three shows this week. Pretty cool. Just whenever I see something or somebody reaches out to me, want to get the word out, so we go on the air. Why not? Got nothing better to do. It's too hot to go out and play with the chickens, so that's what we're gonna do. Three shows this week. I'll tease the tomorrow's show here towards the end. Anyways, here we go. So today's guest, we have my friend Garrett. Garrett's a pretty cool guy. He's got his fingers in a lot of pots. He's a very well-rounded individual and just pretty cool. And he's doing something really neat up in Ramona with the town hall up there. The town hall that has a lot of history, and that's something we're going to get into. But anyways, here we go. I will bring him on. Garrett, what's up?
Hey, how you doing?
Good, man. I appreciate you having me or me having you on here. Um,
Thank you for having me.
sorry. Well, hot day today in the old steel shop. I've been working with I work with steel in my regular job, so I'm just
I know how that goes.
tired.
I used to do sheet metal.
Oh, that's exciting. Sheet metal is that's a dangerous job.
Yeah, it sucks, especially in Las Vegas.
Oh God.
Yeah.
Um, So yeah, again, I appreciate you coming on. Please, everyone, make sure and like and subscribe. I'd love to see you there. We'll have more shows coming your way. So, so Garrett, what's going on in Ramona?
So, I believe it was February. The Ramona Town Hall had its 130th year anniversary, and I went to celebrate and join the festivities. And about 5 minutes before the ceremony started, the trustee of the town hall, Woody Kirkman, approached me and he's like, "Hey, I like the ideas that you had for like bringing music and movies around up here. If I nominated you, would you run for honorary mayor to raise funds to match a grant that we could possibly receive if enough funds are raised?" So I had about 2 minutes to think about it, and I was like, "Sure." This is something I always wanted to do up here. I didn't think it was time for me to do it yet because I have a house that I'm restoring that was built in 1932. But if this was my foot in the door to doing this, I was going to take it, and I took it.
Now, when he said that he knew you were involved in other areas, what do you mean by that? Are you do you bring music and movies to other areas?
So I have a pretty wild imagination, and it's amazing what you can get done just by asking people because a lot of people are eager to help, especially if it's for a good cause. And the last time I did something pretty awesome along the lines of the vintage um, support scene, um, there's a show, or sorry, there's a venue down in El Cajon that used to be called the Bostonia Ballroom, and that was a huge place for country western singers on the tour circuit to stop at. It was the last place you would go before you would head north, or it was the last place you go before heading back east. And it was known as San Diego's Little Grand Ole Opry. So the building is still standing, and it's a banquet hall. So you can rent it out and do whatever you want with it. So I definitely rented out and did whatever I wanted with it. And I turned it back into the Bostonia Ballroom for one night. And I oversold it with the help of Rosalia Schiavone and Christopher Burkhart. Um, so after that, I kind of took a break, and then this situation presented itself. And I grabbed the bull by the horns and just went with it. And about 2 weeks ago, I put on a fundraiser to put on basically the same kind of show, but down the street from this town hall, uh, to also raise funds for the town hall. And it was the Ramona Barn Burner. And I had Deke Dickerson and the Whippersnappers headlining. And I gave this town a taste of what I don't think they knew they needed, but when they had it, they want more now. So they see what I can do and they want more. So another avenue that I love besides music is movies and cinema. So I like sharing movies with people that I think they should see, and then also movies that are reminiscent of this town. And there's a lot of movies that I like that are reminiscent of this town, and it's just kind of cool to put people in that vibe and kind of it's like being a fly on the wall to a movie set, and it's a way of time travel. And there's a movie with Christopher Reeves called Somewhere in Time where they heavily talk about that theory about removing everything that you can that's modern and replacing it with vintage stuff, and like that's the closest you can get to time travel.
You're
So,
very sentimental, and I'll also add that I think you're a visionary and are able to know what people need, or there you see an area that has a need and you'll dive right into it. And so far, you've been successful. I know that the El Cajon Ballroom you were talking about, that was a big place, and Johnny Cash famously played there. And my wife
correct.
and I have this long-standing argument that it was a Mexican restaurant, and her dad took her there when she was a little girl, and I think I lost that argument.
Yeah, it
Um,
was. And I remember going there when I went to see about being the Bostonia Ballroom. I was like, I've been here before. I've been here with my friends Nat and Nicole, and I was like, oh, this is where I saw the Addicts play. So
it's
yeah, that was about 15, maybe 20 years ago.
yeah, it's a great building. It's yeah, as you said, it still stands right over there.
Yeah, and they're
Um,
not doing anything with it. They said they were going to sell, but they haven't sold it in 3 years. So let's make some music and memories.
Well, I know that going back to the town hall, which is where you're going to be hosting these movies, if my research is correct, they haven't shown a movie there in 78 years. Is that correct?
That's correct. I'm not
That's
sure what
wild.
the
So
last movie was, but um, the fact that it's been 78 years, that's too bad.
sure. Well, that's going to come to an end here real soon, thanks to you. What movies are you playing? What? Why don't you give me the rundown? What day? What time? And what movies?
So it's going to be this Saturday, June 29th. Um, People should show up between 5 and 5:30 just to, hang out, mingle, get your chili that's going to be served by the Ramona Bakery next door. Um, the movie's going to start promptly at 6. Um, Before I reveal that, we got Smoking Cannon Brewery. They're going to be pouring some beers. They're a local brewery. And we have San Diego Sunshine Whiskey Bar. They're going to be pouring a few signature cocktails. Um, yeah, I think that's all we have pretty much. It's
People are
going to
going to be
be,
happy there.
yeah, I'm trying to make it affordable, man. It's a
Yeah,
depression, so I'm treating it with depression prices. So
sure.
it's going to be $10 at the door. Um, Oh Brother, Where Art Thou is the first movie, and the second movie is going to be The Grapes of Wrath.
I like your choices there. Um,
Thank you.
I know you sent me this photo right here. Tell me about the race for honorary mayor.
So that is my running mate, Tim Connolly. He's a great man, great friend. It's however much money we raise. Whoever raises the most money, like each dollar is equal to a vote, and whoever raises the most money um, wins the race. And we're trying to get $700,000 raised to match a $700,000 federal grant that can be given to this building to complete the restoration. So this wall was just replaced, and it was all adobe brick that was crushing under the weight of its own.
Oh, wow.
Itself, basically. So we're going to turn it around here. This is still the original wall, and you can see up there, that's the original adobe, and that's the stage. So
Now, is that a wood yeah, that's a wood ceiling, right?
yeah, redwood
Now,
from the late 1800s.
how did that survive the fire in the 90s? All that wood there, how did that survive the fire?
So where the original projector used to shine through up in here, you can still see the holes if you look good. That brick wall goes all the way to the ceiling, and if that brick wall wasn't there, then all of this would have also perished in the fire.
It was a bit of a fire barrier.
Yeah.
That's great. That's how fortuitous, as some will say. That was it saved it.
I believe the same architect that did this one did the spaghetti factory and the building across the street from it in downtown San Diego.
Oh, great buildings. Yeah.
Yeah.
For sure.
And there's a legend. The name escapes me right now because it's a lot of information, but the people that gave the money to have this town hall built, they were conservative and they wanted it dry. They wanted it a dry venue. So the contractor who built it was like, well, I'm a bit of a rebel, so I'm going to hide some whiskey in the walls here. And somewhere in this building, there's some whiskey hidden. And it's a pretty cool legend. I like that.
Oh, absolutely. I'd be digging through that. I'm a big fan of abandoned buildings and history and taking photos of buildings and then putting them side by side of what they look like currently. I that's one of my big things. So getting in there and finding some whiskey bottles would be really cool.
I know. They're gonna have to tear up the original wood floor and replace it. You can see the original rock foundation. I tell them they got to do some ground penetrating radar or something. Sure. But yeah, I feel you on the photography part. That's what I did in high school. I would take pictures of tombstones and abandoned houses around town and just get into it.
That's really cool.
And being a part of the vintage community, it's one thing to dress and like make music, but if you have an opportunity to save a historic building, that should also be your task.
Absolutely. Yeah. You're kind of indebted to that automatically. If anybody wants to reach out to you for any information, this is where they go, right?
Yes, sir.
All right. Cool. If you get a chance, you can screenshot that, scan it right now if somebody else has a phone. But yeah, check it out. All right. Well, I didn't want to miss this.
Oh yeah.
That's pretty cool.
That's a refrigerator box from Home Depot that my mother Cindy obtained, and I decorated, or I little rascaled the hell out of it.
No, it looks great. I know Cindy.
Hi
Cindy, if you watch this. Hi Cindy.
Yeah. And my nephew, he helped a lot too with this.
Yeah.
Yeah.
He's been here to see my chickens.
That's awesome.
All right. Well, unless there's anything else you'd like to promote, I believe we've covered all the bases here.
I don't think so.
Cool. All right. Well, this is really cool, and I'm really excited for you. I would go. I have plans. I apologize, but I encourage anybody else that can go, do it. Looks like it's going to be really cool. Really cool. And I know this won't be the last thing that you do either. So you're always welcome to come on here and talk about what you got going on.
I plan on bringing back the old turkey days that went on here in the 40s before World War II ended it.
Well, that's cool.
Yeah. This place used to be known for its turkeys. All the turkeys that were pardoned by the president came from here. So They had a Turkey Day parade. They had a turkey queen with that wore a dress made out of like 10,000 turkey feathers. They dropped turkey sandwiches from planes with parachutes. It was a big deal.
Wow, that's pretty
Yeah.
cool.
Yeah.
Yeah, your email that you sent me here, the building has hosted a lot of events, turkey days, voting polls, 4-H youth meetings, Miss Ramona contests, political meetings, community theater, silent film festivals, and town hall days, and much more. But yeah, that's an important building, man. I'm glad you're doing what you're doing.
Thank you. I'm glad that I have the help to help me along with saving the whole shebang.
Sure. That ceiling is just beautiful. I can't stop looking at it.
I know, right?
Kind of reminds me of the ballroom at the Hotel Del in a way.
Absolutely.
I mean,
I have no doubt that each contractor from each job helped, you know.
you just don't see architecture like that anymore.
No, you don't. It's definitely a lost craft.
My wife Amy is chiming in. She gives a little clappy clappy right there.
Thank you, Amy.
All right, buddy. Well, I guess that's going to do it. I appreciate you coming on here. And again, if anybody has any questions, reach out to Garrett right there. And like I said, anytime you want to come on here, more than welcome. And thank you for coming on.
I appreciate you very much, man. Thank you for having me and having the interest.
Absolutely.
I'll see you all Saturday.
Native San Diegan here, native East County, and this stuff's important to me.
Absolutely. The natives got to stick together, you know?
That's right. All right, Garrett. We'll talk to you soon. Thanks, buddy.
All right. Take it easy.
All right. Bye now. All right. That was pretty cool. I hope you guys can make it out there. Here is my tease for tomorrow's show. Is going to be Shotgun Tom and a special guest. So 4 o'clock tomorrow. And here it is.